Okay, it's finally here. Dark Souls 4, Elden Ring. Jar Jar Tolkien's creation. Oh no, Jar Jar Martin's creation. So, I've been gone for a while. I'm not sure if the audio balance is good yet. I'll have to check that. I've been gone for a long time. I'm still alive. Yeah, I've made some IRL decisions and changes, which affords me very little time off to be streaming and doing things for YouTube. That's a bombastic menu audio. It was relaxing as Dark Souls or Demon Souls menu music. Alright. So let's see then. Are the audio levels decent? Seems alright to me. I'll start her up. We'll see how it goes. April Fools. Updated. April 1. Bandai Namco agreements. Last updated for Monster Hunter. Accept. Yes, I accept to be turned into a human centipede. In the small prince. Welcome to the together. Alright. Finally here. Waited a long time for it. I can't believe I'm playing this before Demon Souls. I've got Demon Souls just collecting dust on my shelf for the last year and a half. Or how long has it been out? It's just damn impossible to get a PS5 this day and age. Seems fine. Camera auto recovery. I know you. Where's the jump button choice? Oh. Oh, weird. Look at that. A wretch. Is this a Soul Level 1 character? A Confessor. Ooh. Samurai. Nope. We've already had Samurai Souls. Now we're going medieval again, hopefully. Vagabond Warrior. Hero. Bandits. The Prophets. These are some weird looking characters. Which one of them looks most like a knight? This one? Vagabond though. Astrologer. Yeah, this is weird. Very unrecognizable, kind of. Definitely not following. Maybe it's following a Souls-like formula, but they've chosen these weird names, and I have no idea what kind of starting skills they're gonna have. Samurai looks cool if you want that kind of thing. Well, we had so many recent Samurai Souls games. So, yeah. We've got Ghost of Tsushima, Sekiro. I would choose... what kind of playthrough do I want to do on my first run? These look pretty neat. Confessor. That's a silly looking creature. I'll choose Confessor. Body type, A or B. You lean male and female? Oh, right. This looks more Soulsian. Curious. Triangle? Oh, okay. That's useful. I was wondering if you had to click through to see their stats. You actually have a button to check what starting stats and equipment they get. Oh, there it is. Soul level 1. Of all the Souls games, I think, well, Soulsborne games, I think Bloodborne's the only game that doesn't allow you to start with a pure Soul level 1 character. I think you're Blood level 4 in Bloodborne. So, I think they didn't fully realize that people actually appreciate the concept of playing through the game at base level, like legit level 1. Or maybe they've always known and they just made a slight error in Bloodborne, or an oversight. They didn't start him at blood level 1, but they started him at blood level 4. Hello. Speed Freak. If you could let me know if the voice / music is decently balanced. It's quiet now, but I've had some really loud music in the menus. So if you just follow me for a couple of minutes and check if the loud audio isn't so loud that you can't hear me anymore. So I think I'll go with Confessor. Just cause they look cool and everyone else looks silly. Bandit looks kinda cool too. Everyone else looks silly. Yeah. I choose Oh damn. I don't have a name yet. Confessor. There we go. Just a random name I'm choosing. I don't have my list of names handy. It's on my iPod, and I'm pretty sure it's empty. Mature. Aged. Age only affects appearance, has no bearing on ability. Can I zoom in somehow? Okay. looking menu. I want to move the character down a bit, but I don't know how to. Weird. Why would you do this, Samurai Souls? Spear, huh? I wonder what all those items are he starts off with. There's been a little bit of content coming out for this game steadily over the last few months, but I've stayed pretty much very spoiler free. I think I watched the trailer that came out ages ago. I think when it was just announced and they had some footage of it. I watched one or two early reveal and trailer videos, but after that I decided to stop following anything about it, and now I'm pretty much going in blind, you could say. Bandit. This is very much like a Souls bandit. Target shield, dagger. And the stats, high dexterity. The astrologer has high dexterity and intelligence. Faith, arcane, intelligence, dex, strength, vigor, mind, endurance. Doesn't seem too complicated. Yeah, that seems like a good character to start off with. Always looks like a Skyrim character. Or an Assassin's Creed character. The sword reminds me of a Skyrim-like sword. So, have you got anything good for stats? Very balanced. Everything is close to 10. I like starting off with characters who are close to 10 with all of their stats, but don't start off with nothing. I know you've got this character which is pretty much a blank slate. You can do anything you want with it, but starting off without cool gear is a bit of a drag, because you have to look at a silly looking character for the first couple of hours possibly until you get some better gear. So I like starting off with a set that looks decent, and then I'll accept the stats as long as they're not too
characters. Cool.
Well, the Confessor. Keepsake. What did you have in Dark Souls 1? The charm? Something? I forget. The pendant. Right. That item that everyone should choose. Because it's important that you choose the pendant. A medallion inlaid with crimson amber increases maximum HP. The gold of grace shining in the eyes of the people of the lands between. Used to gain many runes. Set to reinforce sacred flasks. I'm obviously gonna choose something wrong. Every time you start off a new playthrough and you wonder what's the best starting item, it is not balanced. There's usually some really bad options and then some really amazing options, like some real rare stuff that you're not going to find for a while, or some important upgrade item that is otherwise hard to obtain, and then you can choose that, or you can choose like what, a couple of fire bombs. Of course the fire bombs could be good. Let's say Dark Souls 1 for instance. You could choose, what is it, 5 black fire bombs? But it depends. Are you going to make a full heavy strength build, and are you going to use the demon great hammer? Because that's the only reason you would choose those 5 black fire bombs over anything else. And maybe you do want an easy kill on the asylum demon, but then what do you get out of it? You're still gonna traverse the rest of the area to pick up all the little things you might want to pick up. So yeah, being able to kill him a little quicker, maybe for speedruns, very niche item. So it's anyone's guess really. What's the best item here? Fanged Imp Ashes. A stone sword key. 2 stone keys shaped like swords. Breaks the seal on imp statues, but can only be used once. Or a boiled prawn. Boost physical damage negation. Well, that's definitely not, you know, just don't take damage like an idiot. If they can't hit you, you'll never die. The crazed likeness of a noble whose eyes have been gouged out attracts enemies' aggression. Okay. Seems like an interesting item if you want to go co-op and you want to be a tank. 5 sacred branches charging with beguiling power, said to originate from the demigod Michaela. Okay. A crackpot. Diminutive golems holding spirits. That might be early souls. Said to reinforce sacred flasks. An early upgrade item for your Estus flask? That seems good. Many runes. Increases maximum HP. No. Tiny beings ring. I choose between golden seed, land between rune, and stone sword key. One of those items I'll choose. So I'll go with golden seed. Yeah, seems like the right choice. What have we here? Why are you focused on the character's center? You can't move them around. You can zoom in and out. Wow. I think this is the most normal Souls starting characters I've ever looked. Except for this guy. He's a bit strange looking. Yeah. This guy's weird too. Newman. Crazy old guy. The face of a Newman, supposed descendants of denizens of another world, long lived but seldom born. Strange. This leathery skin he's got reminds me a little bit of Andre, the blacksmith. Ooh. Some kind of black and white demons going on here. Night folk. Stony-faced people of ancient dragons who live among whom life is typically short. Some kind of berserker. Yep. I think these are some pretty decent starting character looks. Yeah, I think I'll go with Draconian. That's a cool looking character. Well, detailed appearance. I'm not gonna bother with this. I'm gonna be wearing armor anyway. I'm not gonna save to favorites because I haven't made any changes to him. Anyway, let's get started. Yeah, let's go. He's fine. Is the audio alright?
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion. The loathsome dung-eater. And Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
Alrighty then. Would you look at that? Instantly, I'm noticing the compass. There's other players already running around, it seems. Don't look like NPCs, look like other players who you can actually see running around because their movement's erratic. Cool. I'm liking the sharpness of the visuals. The intro was pretty cool. Had some very catching scenes. It does follow the formula a little bit, where it shows you it's pretty much this is the lore of this world in general. This is roughly the lore. Got a few blanks that you can fill in. Introducing the main bad guys. This is one stamina. Where's my stamina? R2 can be charged. Circles backstep. Forward circle dodge. Swift dodge. Might be different dodges depending on item character weight. What do we got here? Triangle for read message, not X. Oh, jump. Look at that. It's perfect. It's already perfect game. You can jump when you want to. This is ideal. This is the only thing I've wanted all these years in Dark Souls and never seen. Now here it is. A dedicated jump button. Beautiful. Magnificent. Right. The messages, I was thinking there's like one
Hey,
gripe.
Peter.
Hello? Who's this? Point One Gaming. Hello and welcome. So I've taken a couple of notes. At the beginning they mentioned the land between. I was instantly thinking of things betwixt. A bulky looking character hanging from the gallows. They call the Dung Eater. Reminds me a bit of Hollow Knight. Seems like a Hollow Knight reference, possibly. And there's a missing queen and a ring of power and smaller versions of it, or shards of said ring. Really Lord of the Rings-esque, you could say. I did play quite a few Lord of the Rings games. There were some good ones. I think I might have to change the... Is there a button you can press to see your HP and stamina? Oh. Okay. Open world Dark Souls. Beautiful. Ooh, that's cool. Jumping R1. Jumping R2. It's more like a plunging attack whenever you feel like it. Not that you didn't have that in Souls. Like you could jump, and if you had enough room below you to fall down, you could initiate a plunging attack on command in the other Souls games. It was a bit clumsy how you had to start sprinting every time you wanted to jump. So you had to sprint for a certain amount of time and then jump. And even more clumsy when you couldn't bind jump to L3 when it was stuck on circle. So you hold circle to sprint and press it again. And of course it's also dodge. So
I
you've got
can't wait
a
to get
single
this. I don't know if you have heard of the next Let It Die called Deathverse. I'm looking forward to it too.
I've heard of it. I'm not really that excited about it, to be honest. I mean, I'd be interested in watching a short playthrough of it. I don't think I'd want to play it myself. I'll just, yeah, I'm not really so pleased with how Let It Die turned out in the end, and I don't have any ties really to it anymore. Love ahead. Okay, so people can actually write their own custom messages here. I'm curious. Tarnished, wizened finger. Okay, stealing an old guy's finger. Why? With the inventory menu, you can browse the items you're carrying, drop them on the ground, or throw them away.
I do get why most are on the fence or disinterested. Let It Die is Let It Die.
Well, it's got its own unique style. I really liked the game's design. There's a lot to like about Let It Die. I just don't feel like they turned it into a good service. Being a games as service kind of model, it really, it devolved into something hideous. It could have easily. I would have liked if it was just 40 floors of decent story, and then a okay or decent expansion on top of it. But what they turned it into was a hideous.
Yeah, it got a little weird.
It's not about the game. It's cool. It can be weird. It's just how it started off as an extremely fair free-to-play game, and it kept devolving and devolving and devolving. And you can only go through so many changes where they are nerfing the quality of life of the player and the player power, to which you can like just wow, this is I've seen this, and it's beautiful. Yeah, there's only so much you can accept of them doing, like just nerfing player power and the battle to the top escalated to heaven nonsense, like expecting people to play for 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours to get up to a certain level, to which you may or may not find the ingredients you need to upgrade your items. And what is the fun in that? It's repetitive, challenging, yes, but why would you? What's the risk reward? The challenge is it's literally just a incrementally more difficult task of doing the same thing over and over again, fighting the same enemies over and over again, doing the same thing over and over again. Oh, but next level your enemy's armor is times 1.2 of its strength, and his health is the same, and so on and so on and so on, until eventually you get across enemies who are just impossible to defeat. And of course they can just absolutely destroy you, because the enemies don't follow the same in-game rules as your character does. They're on a different scale. Anyway, I can complain for days about Let It Die. So yeah, I'm curious to see what they do going further, but I'm definitely unsubscribed from their service. Not interested in anything.
Elden Ringo is just quite glorious.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's one of those. I just love Souls games. I love the you know, the unforcefulness of it. It's just very mellow. You just start it up, you jump into the world, and you're there, and you can just stand around. I was thinking, there's very few games where you can just start them up and stand around and do nothing, and not have the game punish you for not go faster, gotta go faster, you know, gotta keep moving, because there's so much games who work with time, or there's just enemies spawning somewhere, and you know, I'm thinking open world. What's an open world game where you can just hang out somewhere and nothing's gonna go wrong? There's none. I don't even think you can just hang around in Skyrim without something happening. Probably a dragon will spawn and destroy you if you go toilet, go AFK for a second, come back and oh, a dragon probably spawned out of nowhere and destroyed you. I'm thinking Dying Light is another open world game. Well, there's some kind of time element in there as well. Day-night cycle, zombies everywhere, so you just can't hang out there and do nothing for a bit. You just run around and take in the atmosphere. Oh, I was thinking about with the messages in previous Souls games, there are moments where the messages can really screw with you. I'm thinking of one particular fight in Dark Souls 2.
It's a gamer's game.
With a chariot, and you have to hide from this chariot or he runs you over.
Elden Ring.
And people were writing messages in the little alcoves where you have to hide from the chariot, and if you accidentally pressed X to like pick up an item but you interacted with the message instead, until you click X again to click away the message, you can't press any other button. You can't press attack, you can't press guard or block, you can't press most actions won't work until you press X again to remove the message from the screen. But in the heat of combat, it's easy mistake to make to run over a message you didn't realize were there. Press X and be stuck in that message pop-up prompt. So I wonder if the messages in this game have no downside whatsoever. Praise the tree. Oh, there's a praise. Yes, that's a good message. Emotes. Is there a praise? Oh, there's a sit down.
I'm new to the Souls games. Elden Ring will be my first From Software game.
Hey!
Oh, he yells out when he says that. Really? And what a game to start off with. Wow. What's your excuse for not playing the others? Dark Souls 1 remake, remaster is on PS4. I'd highly recommend it. And it doesn't matter if it's one of the older Souls games, it's still my favorite so far. Extremely replayable and enjoyable. Play them all. Well, all Soulsborne games, not Sekiro. Wasn't that interested in Samurai Souls. The controls are very like what we know. Ooh, look at that. Sneaky assassin. Okay. What is this item though? Square off. With the equipment menu you can equip armaments, arrows,
I am
bolts,
very choosy with what I buy. Let It Die
talismans.
got me into these type of games.
Ah. I don't know what got me to get Let It Die. But it was a weird time. I just stopped playing World of Warcraft, which I played for almost 10 years. And something, maybe someone mentioned it, like, hey, this is a cool game, you should check it out. And I was thinking, well, I guess I should be a little open-minded towards free-to-play games. It's free, what have I got to lose? Might as well check it out.
I had a while away from games where there is fighting, especially FPSs.
I used to play all sorts of different games, but I've come to realize that there's certain genres which I enjoy more than others, or that I prefer. Alright. How does a sprint jump work? Sprint jump is a little bit more awkward than it usually is, because jump is X, sprint is circle. They have to go from circle to X. Doesn't seem like stamina drops while you're sprinting. Well, I can't see it at least. Let's see how long I can sprint. My favorite games are action, hack and slashy.
Exactly. That was the case with Let It Die. Thought it's
Castlevania.
free, so I'll have a go.
Yeah, 2D action games, action platformer, Castlevania-esque games, fantasy, RPG, action, or action RPG. Pretty much, Dark Souls really hits the niche of the type of game that I really enjoy playing. And so many games that are like Dark Souls are my favorite type of game. But I do enjoy good Metroidvanias, and I play many of them. But I play a lot of them whenever I can on handheld and the Switch, which I have. I think everyone's looking forward to Silksong when that finally releases. Ah, bridge. Therefore, top Petrite bridge. Can I chop you down? That was a bit weird. For a moment there, I thought the camera automatically snapped forward to where I was attacking. The camera is a little different from regular Souls games. It's got a very... It follows you a little bit as you're moving. So I'm not changing it, I'm not moving the camera at all, I'm just moving around, and it's kind of following the character trying to face forward as I'm moving on. I'm not sure if I like that very much. Maybe you can change it.
I love open world with magic RPGs. I will be playing 9/8 magic in Elden Ring.
Ah, you're gonna be a magic character. Well, I've picked a character just for the looks. I'm not sure what I'm gonna make him. I haven't decided yet. I'm probably gonna make an absolutely terrible build, because I don't know what the optimal min-max perfect stat creation is. Also not sure if spells are fun. That's something they did mess up a little bit in some previous Souls games, where the game releases and there's a slight imbalance in faith or magic skills, and then they adjust for that imbalance and they try and
I will start with the wretch and grow into a magic build.
Oh, you're gonna go with the blank slate character. That takes a bit of skill though, to start without equipment. It can be just a little bit more challenging than starting with another character. Are we... this feels like a boss. Yeah. This has got tutorial boss written all over it. What do the messages say? Probably a lot of people jumping off cliffs. Oh man, I wonder if there's any vertical exploration. I'm looking at that that little cliff side. I'm wondering if you can jump down and find something there. It's a bit too far down though, don't really trust it. But it does get me thinking if there's any kind of, you know, Breath of the Wild style kind of exploring going on. Okay. Hello. Grafted silent. Oh. Urgent heal. Heal. What's the heal button? Scrap. Doesn't do nothing. Damn. Oh. Bullshit hitboxes. God.
Your voice is a little low, by the way.
Really? I've got to adjust the audio. Yeah, I'm sure the balance is okay, just this game's got some loud scores at times. You definitely expected to die there, but I'm sure you get something cool if you win.
That's how it goes.
Yep, you died. Do I get a trophy for dying? Let's see.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on his side. We found him here.
No, the balance is good in
all.
volume, just wanted to hear you're a bit clearer.
One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
Is this a voice actress that we've seen in previous games? I wonder. Flask of Crimson Tears. Okay, now we can heal. I was wondering where my Estus flask was. Flask of Cerulean Tears. Okay. So they're following that formula where you've got allocation of Estus, and you can use Estus to cure health or mana. Oh, okay. Oh, what's all this? Lose all runes. No? What did I... No. So there's a quick menu-esque thing by holding triangle. You press one of these buttons. That's a quick menu. And you press triangle or hold triangle to show the HUD. I do like disappearing HUDs. I wonder if I can turn off the thingamajig. The compass. I wonder if I can turn that off too for screenshots. Because you want to have a screenshot where there's completely HUDless. And I like that feature. Something I turned on in Dark Souls 3 as well. We've got a feature where you, if you don't do anything for a second, the HUD completely disappears. And you can force it to reappear by holding shield or block button. Which is not great if you're not playing with shield. But I think if you dash, or if you spend any kind of stamina, or any of your status changes, it'll show that immediately. Hello? Ghosty? Oh, oops, skipped him by accident. Okay, he wants me to plunge down here. No non-voiced dialogue. That might actually be the first time I've had dialogue in a Souls game that wasn't voiced. So he wants me to jump down there. Yeah, Dark Souls 2, in that game, they really dropped the ball on that one. If you go back, they're all great games. You can replay them. Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, all replayable. Dark Souls 2, they did not do the right things with that game. Scholar of the First Sin, the DLCs, they add a lot to the game, yes, but Scholar, the fact that you have two versions of the game and the items all in different places, the progression and the gating of certain paths in Scholar is terrible. It's terrible. I prefer non-Scholar Dark Souls 2 over Scholar Dark Souls 2 for that reason. I think they really messed up with the changes they made in Scholar. Mostly the gating off of progression in various directions. Wasn't at all a fan of that. Just a whole bunch of running around for fragrant branches. And then recently I replayed it a bit, and they rebalanced Faith to the point at which it was completely unplayable. Like you had X amount of casts per spell. It wasn't using a mana system. It was using a spell counter system, kind of like Dark Souls 1, where you get a fixed allotment of how many times you can cast a spell, and I think that's pretty strong balance. You don't have to worry about stats for extra casts. You don't have to worry about mana for casting. You just They just give you, here are 10 lightning bolts, enjoy them. And you could equip multiples, so you could fire 20 lightning bolts. And in Dark Souls 2, what did they go and do? They rebalanced Faith, Great Lightning Spear. Instead of having 10 casts, they nerfed it down to 3 casts, if you can believe it. And I think they also nerfed the damage somewhat. Broken. They broke Dark Souls 2 Faith. And for what? It's stupid. Maybe a game that has PvP in it inevitably will be balanced somewhat. But then again, how many people are spamming Lightning Spear, Great Lightning Spear, and the like, and can you really do nothing about it? Can you think of nothing to do against it? Do you really have to say, complain to FromSoft and say, well, I'm getting my ass kicked with this spell, it's not fair, these people are doing this? Can you do something about it? Because the thing is, I don't play co-op or PvP a lot in Dark Souls. I enjoy the solo experience, and it's annoying that they'll nerf, well, inevitably the solo experience also gets nerfed if they have to rebalance for PvP. And they're ruining it. So yeah, people always point to Dark Souls 1 and say, how broken is that? Broken combat. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can one-shot people with backstabs. You can one-shot bosses with the right setup. And I'm thinking, yes, perfect. Games don't have to have perfect balance. They can be fun. You can have fun making a broken and overpowered character if you please. Let it be an option. Because you can also choose to make an underpowered character. You can play Soul level 1 and stay at Soul level 1 for the challenge. Door. Why is it always door? Beautiful. Does it work? Alright. So we can go that away. Or we can plunge down like this ghosty told us to. He's unkillable. Whee. Is there fall damage? Square is using item. I figured it would be. The controls are very similar to previous games, which is nice. That was not a plunging attack. That was a jumping R1. Okay. A little bit reminiscent of Dark Souls 3, which also has you starting off in a graveyard of sorts. Oh. Bonfires. Resting at a bonfire will restore your HP, FP, and focus points, and cleanse any status ailments. Also refill. However, most of the enemies you've defeated will be revived. You can find sites of grace, bonfires, by going where light converges. These explanations are acquired in the form of info items and can be accessed from the inventory at any time. Alright. Okay, cool. Resting at the shiny thing, the shiny, absolutely not a bonfire checkpoint thingy. What can I do with flask? Add charge to flask. What is that? Early day. That's weird. This thing has a day-night cycle. Memorize spell. Okay. Yeah, this is familiar. Urgent heal. An assassin's approach. Ooh. Okay. Right. So both of these spells cost 1 memory. And you start off with 2 spells. Damn. That seems rather strong. Add a charge to flask. Use 1 golden seed and increase your number of flask uses. Aha! I knew I chose the right item. Increase amount of replenishes. What? Increase amount replenished by flasks. Sacred tier to increase the amount of HP FP replenished. Do I have one of those things? No. Oh. Yeah. This is reasonable. Okay. Sorting items. Oh yeah. This is definitely Dark Souls 4. 100%. Open world souls. So what is this thing? Finger seal. Ranged weapon / catalyst. Okay. Attribute scaling. Strength E, Dex, nothing. What's that last thing? What is it? Faith. Oh, that's weird. Weirdly written. Ran out of space for the letters there. Faith scaling C. Okay. Curious. The icon suggests this is quite the collection of different types of weapons. There's the bow, crossbow, and stick. Catalyst. Ashes of War. Sorceries. Bolstering materials. Crafting materials. Oh, crafting. Okay. Lovely. I think I might ignore most messages unless I'm really stuck somewhere. I might start reading them. Reset camera, lock on. Oh, look at that. L3 crouches. Were you able to crouch in Dark Souls before? Nah. You weren't. This is new. Sneaky, sneaky. RH and two-handed armament. Oh. Never mind. Thought I was doing a backstab. Strong R2. Oh, what is that? You can memorize sorceries and incantations at sites of grace. You must have a staff equipped to cast sorceries or a sacred seal equipped to cast incantations. Casting sorceries and incantations consumes focus points. Alright. Uh-huh. Lovely. So now I'm moving silently. Use an armament in your left hand or both hands to guard against incoming attacks. Guarding especially effective. Shield? Consume stamina. If your stamina runs out, your stance will be broken. Yep. Oh. You noticed me. How's that possible? Oh, backstab. Oh, forget about backstabs. Of course they exist. You can avoid enemy dodging, backstabbing. Cost stamina. Is there a two-hand button, actually? Where's my two-hand, the weapon button? Okay. So you've got weapon arts. If you put the shield away and take the whatever the hell this thing is. No, I didn't need to do that. Stop. Stop it. L1. Okay. L1 with the charm casts a spell. L2 puts you in weapon stance. And then it gets strong attack or weak attack. Do a particular move. That's cool. I like that. Appreciate that it doesn't take too much focus points to do that either. But where's the two-handing weapon button? Can weapons even be two-handed? I'm gonna have a look at the controller quickly. Two-handed armament. It's possible that there are two-handed weapons and one-handed weapons in the game, which would be a departure from the norm, because pretty much up till now the Souls games you can two-hand every weapon. They've had the craziest, like, I think Dark Souls 2 had the craziest options of what you could do with stances and one-handing, two-handing. In Dark Souls 2, press triangle to two-hand any weapon in your right hand, focused on the right hand. Hold triangle to two-hand your active weapon in the left hand, focused on left hand, left-handed strikes. So you could be running around with your sword in your right hand and you'd hold triangle, and then L1 and L2 would become your attack buttons. And you could also two-hand shields, and you could power stance. If you held the triangle button for a second and you had many stats, you could low. Yeah, a special power stance. So Dark Souls 2 went really crazy with that. Ooh, like the weight of those impacts. Ding. It sounds metallic. It's never been like that before. It's never sounded so metallic. I think it's sounded like very wooden in previous Souls games when you get hit by an arrow in the shield. I wonder if I can parry it. Woo. Beautiful. Oh. Materials, crafting. In every corner of the things betwixt, you will find fruits and flowers, mushrooms and butterflies, various other useful materials. Everything that's not nailed down will belong to us. Elder Scrolls and Fallout games take that to the extreme. The absolute extreme. It's like you're running around a room and you could pick up knife, fork, plates, barrel, apple, every individual piece of someone's clothing you just defeated. Of course, you'd be overburdened in seconds, and you'd be dragging around a whole bunch of stuff at a snail's pace, and you can't fast travel overburdened in I'm thinking of Skyrim. So you got a whole bunch of spoils from somewhere. You want to bring them back and sell them.
I love how this is a fully saturated and quite ripe game.
What's that? Colorful game. Yeah. It's just, I think I still haven't really gotten to grips with the idea of an open world Souls game yet. I'm still in the learny tutorial kind of area, I think. But when we finally get into the openness of it, it's gonna be crazy. It's honestly the perfect evolution of the formula, if you ask me. Each hand can be equipped with up to 3 armaments, allowing you to toggle between them.
They have done it well though.
Yeah, of course. It's yeah, defined a generation of games, didn't it? Absolutely. Yeah. Just didn't reinvent the wheel. They just collected various amazing things all into one formula and made it into a amazing series of games.
The jump to open world, I mean.
Yeah, well, it's a good idea, definitely. It's something that I've always enjoyed in previous Souls games, is the branching, the possibilities of what to do in a new run. It's one of the funnest games to replay, I think, Dark Souls games, is you finish the game on a certain character. It doesn't take impossibly long to play through. It's not like a crazy JRPG which requires you hundreds of hours to play through. So it's got a reasonable length, and yeah, you play through the game and then you straight away think, wow, I wonder what the other possibility would have been. I went with like a fast roguey character with a spear or a dagger or a short sword. What if, because you see all these other weapons that you might not be able to use or equip, what if I used one of those? Like I didn't have the stats to be able to cast this spell or that spell, so it instantly creates a hunger for further playthroughs, and then you want to try a different build. And there's always been some kind of restriction in the sense that you've got only a limited kind of paths that you could take at the start of any run. And I think actually Dark Souls 1 gives you one of the most variants of how to start a run, especially if you choose the master key, because then there's no, like, the limit to which gear you can start off a run with is broad. You could start a run with, like, yeah, you just your imagination as far as it goes, and I really like starting a Souls game and having a build in mind, using items that you can discover relatively early on. I don't like starting a playthrough and aiming for a very late game weapon to obtain, because then, well, you're only going to be using that weapon for a short while because you've reached the end of the game. Sure, you can go to New Game Plus, but New Game Plus never feels right for me on Dark Souls, because I always a fresh New Game cycle, because then you've got all the item collecting. If you do New Game Plus, then there's no requirement for exploration because you've picked up all of the items on the previous run. So yeah, I don't really enjoy New Game Pluses so much. I prefer complete fresh new games on in Souls. And in Dark Souls 1, you can go so many places. You can choose from such a variety of starting equips. Like, I've done some crazy things in Dark Souls 1. Started with going down into the catacombs and killing a particular NPC and taking their weapon and using that as my starter weapon for some overpowered starter damage. Or taking a master key and then venturing, no, you don't even need a master key, just venturing into New Londo, taking care of the ghosties, and they drop a dagger which is got a crazy moveset. Absolutely crazy. It's the stabby 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 dagger. It's got like this moveset, two-handed, where if you press R2 twice, you've got this stabbing combo of like 12 hits or something. Crazy weapon. So what is this teaching us? Something important. Oh, you can two-hand a weapon. It's just a combination of triangle and R. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Sweet. Watch this. Boom. Yep. Destroyed. That's a weapon art designed specifically to knock back shielded opponents and put them in a weakened state. R while locked on. Yep. So far I'm happy with the control scheme. Still no item, but praise the message. No. No message praising for you. A samurai in Dark Souls. If only I had precious item. I guess you do see sword masters in Souls games, but this is the first that I see full samurai armor. Although, you had the Eastern side. Easterner. I don't remember exactly what it's called. Oh. Armaments have special abilities called skills. L2 skill. Plunging attack. It's kind of crazy. You can do plunging attack whenever. Just jump. Honestly, there's a couple of things that are just really fun to do in games, and one of those things, there's a few things. Dark Souls, it's not perfect yet. You know what would make it truly perfect? If you could sheath and unsheath your weapon. If there was a button that you could put your weapon away. Well, this doesn't count. This is changing to unarmed from armed. That's not the same. But if you had like a dedicated sheath button, because it's just, there's certain things that are just real sad. They have no gameplay advantage. They're more like a role play element. Jumping, very fun to do. Any game that has a dedicated jump button, you're just bouncing around all over the place. Very fun. You can do that in Skyrim. Just jump around everywhere. Yeah, and sheathing and unsheathing you can also do in Skyrim. Of course, third person, not, you know, the ideal. It's kind of designed for first person, I think. But some games, I'm thinking of Assassin's Creed, don't know which one. It was in the first 4 or 5. That had some crazy weapon sheathing. You like take out your short sword, and you had like a heavy weapon on your back or somewhere else, and then you take out your heavy weapon, and you could charge it up and throw it at a guard, like on horseback. And that was one of the most satisfying things in any game to do. Just walking around like you own the place, of course, because you're, you know, whoever he is, the assassin, Ezio or someone else. And yeah, you're just walking around like you own the place. And then if you think a guard gave you the wrong kind of look as he's galloping past you on a horseback, you just whip out your two-handed axe, get it ready to throw, just lob it at the guard. Stay stuck in them, they fall off their horse, and then you just casually walk over to them, grab your axe out of them, and re-equip it. You could easily lose your good weapons like that though, but very satisfying, just, and hilarious every time. It's just one of those things, just hilarious to see happen. What's this? Crouching. Is it useful?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, just one of those things that just quality of life really, and roleplay.
I've never played an Assassin's Creed.
Well, it's one of those series which is starting to get overwhelmingly long, isn't it? It's like wanting to get into Final Fantasy and wanting to experience like the entire story. Imagine that. Imagine starting from Final Fantasy 1 and going all the way to, what are they now, 15, 16? Assassin's Creed is starting to be too much of those games. But I played the first 2 or 3 or 4 Assassin's Creeds, and when I realized that there was just no end to the series, I think I eventually dropped it. It can be very fun games. Good story, open world, and running around like a absolute badass. Just no one can mess with you. You're just impossible to defeat assassin. One of those games where they want you to stealth, but there's no reason to stealth because you're overpowered even if you don't stealth. If you're looking for a stealth game, I think Tenchu was a great stealth game. It's a ninja assassin game. What is this? Upon dying, you will be revived at the last site of grace that you visited. However, if there is a stake of Marika near where you died, you can choose to be revived there instead. Oh, that's new. Hello? Curious.
Tenchu was a very good game.
Yeah. I enjoyed Tenchu a lot. there's a game where you do need to stealth, because the enemies could absolutely kick your ass if you didn't make good use of the rooftops and the shadows and your your tools. I liked how you had stealth kills, so many different ones, depending on the facing. If you were behind someone, you had a specific stealth kill from behind. You had a stealth kill specifically from falling from above onto someone. You could have a unique stealth kill. From their left, you had a unique stealth kill. From their right, even from the front of someone, you had a unique stealth kill. And I think you even had a unique dropping kill from the front or from behind. So you had a whole bunch of unique killing animations. And I think you had kind of like in Metal Gear Solid, like a split second before an alert actually turned into everyone knows you're there. So you could actually sneak up on someone, wait for them to turn around completely, and then you had a split second time to still get a stealth kill on the front stealth kill, before they realized, oh, there's actually some kind of ninja standing in front of me, and then calling out to the rest of the guards. A couple of my go-to character names come from Tenchu. I got Rikimaru Onikage, probably boss. Got some dank-looking mist. Oh, hello. There's a regular soldier. No problem. You can perform a counter-attack immediately after blocking an enemy attack. Oh, that's new. Guard counters make it easy to break an enemy's stance. Oh, stance breaking. Gotta talk to me about that. I never played Sekiro, but wow, what a crazy game. You spend 20 minutes hitting an enemy's guard before stabbing them once and finishing it. Realistic, yes. So, R2 immediately after blocking an attack. Whoa. Oh wait, is that a parry? It may have been a parry. I did a parry. Oh wow. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh my god. Were you a boss? You were a boss. You're just a regular enemy. Damn. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. That's cool. I think I started off with an accidental parry instead of the block counter. Hey, they're adding new things to the game. Cool. Okay, where did I come from?
I'm going to leave now, but will be watching, so don't think I have just ghosted you if I don't message.
No, that's cool. I'm happy to see someone joining me after being gone for so long. Oh, here we're back again. Look at that. I guess we did kind of take an alternate path. That's curious though. I wonder how many bosses, air quotes, are in this game. Because that seemed like a very, mini boss. Strength. Cool. The Cave of Knowledge. L1, show multiplayer status. Sites of Grace. Mark Site of Grace. Okay. You can mark bonfires for some reason. that does. Show multiplayer status. Hide multiplayer status. Help. Map menu. Beacons of light. Yeah, so far I have no real negative remarks to make. And there are a couple of new things they have added that just absolutely tickle me pink. How's the expression? The jump. The jumping attack. The plunging whenever you feel like attack. And just jumping in general. Love it. Jumping in open world. My god. If they make a few more of these, eventually they're gonna have made just the perfect game that has everything that you would desire from a medieval fantasy action game. I prefer the atmosphere and I guess the world of a medieval, medieval fantasy. I like castles. And I know they've got kind of like castles in the Japanese, the samurai Souls games. I like, I don't know, the giant stone structures just rocketing into the sky. Souls games have made some really impressive castle designs. Very cool stuff. Like you're walking around and there's just a imposing castle in front of you. It's like 50 times your height. Just looking at it, just cold stone towering into the clouds. That also look really cool. Castles and clouds. Two of my favorite things. Okay, how exactly does this work though? The two-hand attack is a little more involved than before, having to press two buttons. And also the holding triangle has multiple features. It's also the quick action menu. They've always said something else to that quick menu. The memory of grace. No. There's something else there. Why don't we change this? Memory of grace. This is the help, I'm stuck, get me out of here button. I don't have any useful items yet, but I think I'd remove it just to not accidentally use it. Because, yeah, extremely situational. I think I never use that item unless I'm playing in Dark Souls 2 and there's a specific guy I want to talk to who has special dialogue if you have 0 souls and talk to him, and it's easier to use that item once than to jump off of a cliff twice, and that's probably the one time that I use that, because you've always got homeward bones or some other method of getting around. Hello? What's all this then? Oh no. This is like a Firelink Shrine Dark Souls 3. Loading. the loading of Firelink Shrine free. Oh, right, triangle. That's gonna take some getting used to. That's one of those things. Of course, if you go back to old other Souls games, it's not gonna be so, yeah, dangerous. Approaching a bonfire and pressing triangle in Dark Souls 2 toggles between light torch and do something else. In other games it'll be toggling two-handing. But yeah, usually you press X at a bonfire to rest. Pass time, huh? Until morning, till noon, nightfall. Ooh. I'll definitely check that out once we get into a place where it matters. We're not underground. Oh. So if I had taken the stone sword key, I could use it here. Yeah. You can use it on gargoyles to get into areas. That's weird. Just I wonder what lore is behind this type of barrier. And the stone sword keys and gargoyles. Strong foe. Hello. What's all this? Cooperative multiplayer. Use a tarnished furled finger to write a gold summon sign. Oh, fingers are multiplayer items. Cooperative multiplayer will begin once you have been summoned by a player from another world. You'll take the role of an ally, furled finger, and your objective is to defeat the area boss. The compass at the top of the screen indicates the direction of the summoner, host of fingers. Well, okay. Tarnished furled finger. Weird. I'm thinking, you know, some kind of Rosario's fingers lore connection. Of course, this is like an entire new world where everything is different. The Estus flask, crimson tears, the bonfire, a sight of grace. What about the spells? Are they called miracles? What have we got here? Right, it's probably at the bonfire that I checked that. Memory spell. Sorceries and incantations. Sorcery is still the same name as in other Souls games. Incantations? I don't know. I don't remember really what they called miracles. But yeah, I suppose the lore is just completely different. Just a completely different world, even though it's extremely samey, you know. Even more so than Bloodborne or Sekiro, it's samey. So it would be nice if it was connected to the Souls games somehow, or if it was in the same verse at least, like in another planet or another, you know, side of the planet, or a faraway realm which is also in the same realm as Lordran and Lothric, and, you know, or maybe a different time. Try lever and then praise the message. It cannot be appraised no more. It's at the limits. 9,999. Right. So far I've been kind of just running around, not really paying too much attention to my environment. And I'm just wondering at what point am I gonna get stuck? Can I even do something with this lever? Don't think I can. Yeah. Lever does nothing. Probably brings the elevator back down if it's up. Yeah, I'm wondering where I'm gonna get stuck for the first time. It's difficult to remember old playthroughs where you what kind of a time you had with a Souls playthrough. I don't really fully remember my first Dark Souls and Demon Souls playthroughs. It's been a while as well, but even when it was not that long ago, I didn't fully remember. Like where I had trouble, didn't I find my way here, or did I struggle with this part, or did I, you know, fall to this trap, or get, you know, have a serious tough time against this boss. A lot of that I've forgotten. For Bloodborne, I've got a more reasonable memory of how my first playthrough of that was. I can actually remember exactly where I got stuck. And I wanted to play through that game pretty much blind, without any looking playthroughs, looking online. Oh, look at this. Been great. Screenshot. We're in the open world. And it's bright and shiny. Ah, I'm melting. Beautiful. Look at that. And there's a marker on my map that looks to be pointing over there. Is it true? I wonder if it's pointing to that bonfire or the character standing behind the said bonfire. Oh man, this is crazy. Where to go? The world actually doesn't look that huge. Like the skybox. Colorful. Different colors than they usually use in the Souls games. A lot brighter, I think. Usually the sky is usually greys and blacks, and this is very almost sci-fi, the coloring in the different planets. Looks a bit like a No Man's Sky planet, or maybe Skyrim has some really nice skies. Hello? Use your map to check your current position, as well as the terrain and surrounding structures. You can update your map with new information by finding map fragments at steles along the road. You can also use the map to freely place beacons of light to serve as landmarks as you explore. Ooh. Map marking. Hello? Who are you? Need to find the binoculars. Actually, there were items back down where we came from that we couldn't reach. I wonder if you need a side path with the gargoyle to get to them, or if I just haven't explored completely. Guidance of Grace. Grace exists to guide the tarnished and lead them along the proper path. Even now, some sites of grace retain that power. Their golden rays will guide you along the way. Useful. Quite useful. I'd imagine it's easy to get lost in an open world Souls game. That looks like someone you don't want to mess with too early on. Or maybe you do want to mess with him. I don't know. I think I'd like to find a use for all these souls before experimenting.
Oh yes, tarnished are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring?
Followed.
Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
How do you do these gestures? What is that? Wait. It's like, whoa, no. It's like, I can imagine some kind of roleplay going on. Where someone's like, follow me, I know where to go. They're the leader of the party, you could say. And then they just say, whoa, stop, move no further. And then everyone just stands and stops on cue. Bring it on. I just killed you. Okay. Strength is one I found. That's cool. But how do you do these with the motion control thingy? I don't know.
Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless. Me. Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, a path that a tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you tarnished to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave.
Hmm? Don't worry, I can't die. Time for Elden Ring. Well, yeah. Okay. There's a whole lot of things I want to experiment with. But I want to find out how to use these souls first. Can I just level up the bonfire? Does that work? Hmm. Okay. Yep. Fast travel right off the bat. Useful. I don't know if the amount of souls I've got is worth worrying about. I do want to find out how to level up soon though. Bloodborne was crazy in terms of that. Like, the hoops you had to jump through before you could finally use all of your obtained souls early game. Praise the gorgeous view. It's very nice. And it's one of those things, like, whenever you're in an open world setting, every time you see some kind of landmark, you're always wondering, well, I wonder what's over there. And I wonder if I can get to that point. Yep. Don't know why I followed it. Felt like it. Oh, look at that. Beautiful looking castle. Crazy. And what are all those flying things? Some kind of demon. Yep. I died. Upon dying, you'll be revived at the last site of grace that you visited. You will drop any runes in your possession at the site of your death. If you die again before reclaiming, they will be lost forever. The compass at the top of the screen locates the direction of lost runes. That's useful. I hope they've got the same habit of, if you die to full damage, putting your souls above where you fell down. I think this is them. Retrieve mushrooms. Yep. Oh, look at that. A beastie. Let's kill it. Woo! Oh, damn. This wildlife is not safe for me. I'm gonna slaughter them all. Come back here, you. Ooh. Different faster than you. Beast bones. Oh. Hey, Ben. Oh my god. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oof. Oh god. Oh man. Yeah. This guy's got moves. Can you just chop down that tree? Also looking armor. Well damn. I feel sorry for that horse. It's got a heavy burden to bear. Challenging foe. Summoning pool. In each area you may find effigies of martyrs. These effigies are summoning pools. You'll find it easy to summon other players at these locations as co-op and hostile summoning signs created with small effigies gather at summoning pools. Okay. A new small gold effigy. Okay. Still no friend. If only I had a friend. Oh, so sad. I wonder if there are connectivity issues in the game's early life. I imagine there's quite a lot of people playing the game, so yeah. But then they definitely must have done testing on it. Stress testing and I don't know. I don't think you can fully prepare for it because, of course, not everyone is going to take part in those open betas. Well, not going to deal with you yet, or for the next couple of hours, couple of dozen hours. Seems like a challenging enemy. But also I want to know how to level up before I do anything else too crazy. Where's the climb button? Where's the grapple button? Oh. I've got a feeling you've got to follow the intended path for a certain amount of time. At least until you get the ability to level up. I would want to go exploring, but I also don't want to lose the souls. What is this? Oh, that's weird. Huh. A golden ribbon. Okay. Cool. I'm not even gonna try and attack you. I'd imagine you can be attacked and harmed and killed. I rarely kill NPCs in my Souls playthroughs. Bam! A pinion. A flight pinion. That's a funny word. The toes. It's got a bit of a Witcher feel to it, actually, doesn't it? It's running around the wilds with a sword. Oh no. Vampires. Ooh. Colorful. Gorgeous. I really need binoculars. Where do you find them in this game? A trap. Well, it's just... Is it? Hmm. I don't believe you. A smithing stone. Hmm. Now that is not well constructed. Just falls to pieces. Look at that. Looks like jumping breaks destructibles as well. Touch fuzzy, get dizzy. Hmm. Ooh. I wonder if you can survive if you fall into water from a high drop. Could you swim in this game? Ooh. Inventory. Is there some kind of burden? Equipment load. Sends a co-op signal to the summoning pools. Creates a summon signal for co-op multiplayer. Yeah, that's gonna be its whole a separate thing to figure out how the multiplayer works. I'm sure there's no item burden from just picking up materials. But there probably is a limit to how many of a given material you can have. The overflow will probably reach your storage on fire. I could imagine it being cathartic just running around collecting, crafting materials for a while. If you know what they do and what to use them for. It's a survival game. I'm gonna chop down a tree and get some wood, get a fire going. That was something cool about Breath of the Wild. The chopping down trees. And yeah, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. I think one thing that put me off of the game pretty much instantly was the breakable items, like weapons. Like you'd find weapons and they would break so quick. I wonder if that's realistic, even. Like, how many enemies can you kill with a sword before having the sword just disintegrate in your hands? That's something to do after I end the stream. I'll look up a YouTube video on how long weapons, how durable weapons were in real life. Because I'm sure they'd break with heavy usage, depending on the weapon and what it's made of. I can imagine an axe or a spear with wooden handles would probably break at some point. The wood would shatter. But a well-crafted sword? I can't imagine it just falls apart after defeating two enemies with it, like it would in Breath of the Wild. Vanquished enemy groups. Vanquishing an enemy group will replenish your flasks. The number... Oh no, I'm getting tired. Oh man. The number and type of flasks to be replenished varies depending on the enemy group. You cannot replenish more flasks than your maximum amount allows. Okay, so I got a flask charge. I'm noticing that I've got like a ton more stamina than I do health. What are my stats? Attributes, base stats. The information reflects changes on your attack, defense, and resistances bestowed by armaments and armor that you have equipped. Yeah, that's going to be a whole thing in and of itself. Of course, you cannot pause Dark Souls games. But look at that. This takes up your entire visible screen. So what happens if an enemy just wanders in and starts attacking me? Here you've got some see-through screen going on. So you can look at your stats and still kind of see a little bit. Approaching danger. Wandering bosses. What am I looking for? Endurance. Figure's got to be health. It looks like a very low health pool. It's yeah, really weird looking. Yeah, ridiculous health pool compared to other Souls games. I don't know if this really means that we've just got an absolute minuscule amount of health, or if it really is scaled differently. Maybe they just made the health bar smaller, but the same amount of health. Beastie. Oh man. Oh, what is that? it's another player, a phantom, getting his ass kicked. Seek boss and try attacking. Clever. Well, there he is. You think you can get away from me? Yeah, look at that stamina bar. What is up with that? Oh. You might actually be able to get away from me. Oh, come on. Okay. I think if you need their materials for something, you probably want to take them out with a bow. Because they are quite quick. And chasing after them is not ideal. I want to climb this. The jumping reminds me of Dragon's Dogma, which is a game that I started playing, but I got real confused as to where I should be going and what I should be doing in that game. Pretty early on, I was just confused about what is the actual goal here, what to do. And of course, it wasn't an easy game, or at least I didn't find it very easy. You could quickly run into enemies of a too high level from you and have no idea that they were too high level. So it's just one of those things, you know, like in Souls games in general, you have the luxury of not really being able to venture into places where you're not supposed to be too often. Hello. What are you? Oh shit. Oh man. I haven't tried the heal spell out yet. I think we're gonna see a lot of weird animations. Considering that the game's open world, actually they've probably had a real work on their hands to get animations right. Uh-oh. Okay. Shut up. Oh! Whoa! Okay. That was a heavy move. Okay. Get out of there. Seems defeatable. Just have to learn his moves. Don't be so jumpy. Oh, hit him in the face. Man. Oh shit. No. Ooh. Okay. Oh. Timing on that jumping attack is not easy to get. Aha. Oh. I need to change my Estus allotment. I shouldn't be having 2 Ashen Estus. I should have 5 regular Estus. It's gonna make fights like this winnable. Oh jeez, he's taking out the big guns. Reached phase 2. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, he's got another one. Achilles heel. Oh. Almost. Woo. I think I can beat him. Just need some more heals. Load time's very reasonable. Got any tips for any new players of Elden Ring?
Grace's guidance will reveal the path forward, most certainly. To Castle Stormvale, over on the cliff, the home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Drafted.
Gottfried. Alright. That castle we saw in one of the loading screens. Cool looking castle. Okay. Oh no. Before we go and take him on again, I think I will a lot better Estus. Flasks. Allocate. There we go. Better. For a character who uses no real magic spells, I think even one Ashen Estus is questionable if you need it. I'm not using that many spells. I mean, I've got a healing spell, but question is, does it heal more than a regular Estus? And how long does it take to cast? Can you get hit while casting it? Because that's the issue in a fight. Can you heal in time? Once you have a decent amount of heals, see the amount of times you die with heals remaining. And then it's a question of, are you getting one shot? Are you able to heal? Do you know when to heal? Can you take advantage of opportunities to heal? Where is that giant? Does he come from down there? I want to fight him again. There he is. Alright, what's the kick button? Is there a kick? Okay, let's go round two. Yeah. It's gonna take some getting used to this jumping. It's very hard in head. Most things. Yeah, two-handing is good. Oh damn. Good thing that second hit didn't connect. Opportunity? Oh, shit. I started to roll when I was doing this. Uh-oh. Oh man. That range. Uh-oh. Whoop. I wonder if there's enemies that you can just cheat the hell out of due to the jumping and the terrain and everything. Let's go. Oh yeah. Good hits. Oh, that's really good. It was not bad though. Grazed us. So far I haven't seen any ridiculous tracking nonsense things from bosses. Or okay, let's try and heal. Ugh. He's got angry. Okay. What? Oh, man. Damn you. So close. I think we can do it. It's not like we're not doing damage to him. He's being affected by our attacks. I'm just not sure if, considering this game has day-night cycle, if there's enemies who appear only during the day, if there's enemies who appear only at night, if they spawn or despawn, so you've got a given amount of time to challenge an enemy before they might disappear. It's one thing I'm worried about. It's not like you could just bash your head against a wall until one of them gives way. But I think it's just a matter of time before we take this one out and learning his moves. Because they're not dedicated arenas to fight bosses, I think you can get into really sticky situations where you just get weird angles and the boss being able to hit you with moves that are quite a large area of effects on the stomps and the smashes. Oh boy. Getting caught on rocks, come on. He counters so quickly with a stomp. Let's start it. No, that's not such a... I'm not blocking. I should probably... Ooh. That's something. Still getting the grips with the controls. Can I do it? Just me. Oh shit, look down my shit. Damn. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Clean hit. You win this round. Get him next time. It's good though. Having fun. I think I'll try and fight him 2 more times. And if we beat him, fine. If he kills us twice, also fine. But I'm gonna end the stream after that. I'm getting tired. Shiny? Shinies? A ruin fragment. Okay. You mean, stone? Rock? A brick? Some dust? Fellow giant hunter. Time for running. It'll be fine. Look at that guy. Way too effective in attack. It seems that you can combo jump attacks into other attacks. Tell you what. I'm gonna watch at my surroundings. I'm in a good spot. Okay, what now? Okay. That wasn't so easy to detect. I'm being too conservative with my ideals. I can easily with the Estus. Oh, he's feeling it. Oh, he just wants to go knock the hell down. Hell yeah. Chop, yes. Beautiful, that was 1,000 souls, or whatever this game has. Sweet. Any loot? Doesn't look like it. A whole bunch of souls though. Woo! What a fight. We got him. Okay, cool. Blood effects. I like it. Kind of realistic looking, actually. Compared to, I don't know. I think Bloodborne really lives up to its name. It's probably got the most crazy blood effects in any game I've ever seen. Right. I think I'll keep going for another 10 minutes, and then I'll call it stream. Didn't expect we'd actually be able to defeat it in one go, that giant. Quite a challenging foe. I wonder if you can turn off the accept prompt when you pick up an item. I have to click it away. Okay, look at that. What is that? What even is that? Cthulhu monster? Yeah. Some kind of Cthulhu monster. Hello, sorcerer friend. What are you up to? Oh, look at that. There's someone on a horse. Okay, what are our options? You can actually two-hand your shield in this game. Ooh, shield combo. Oh man, that's awesome. Shove. And a parry. Was that always possible to parry if you two-handed a shield? I'm not sure it is. I think this game might be adding that. Pretty cool. Okay. Prepare yourself, you hideous sea creature, Cthulhu monster. Straight out of Bloodborne. Stabby stab. Ooh, he feels it. Oh wow, okay. Ooh. Ooh, grotesque. Abomination. I'm not sure if he was hostile until we attacked him. It might be that they are hostile creatures to start with. Not sure if they're worth fighting. But yeah, it's one of those things. This is like ultimate Souls fans' dream, isn't it? Just a sandboxy kind of place where you just run around fighting whatever you feel like. Oh shit, you're back. So you're not even like a unique boss. You just respawn. It's wild. Yeah. It might be fun to just run around and pick up and craft things between streams. I mentioned it earlier, but I haven't had time to do anything for YouTube or stream because life's been very busy lately. And aside from this game, I don't think I'm gonna have much time for other YouTube endeavors or playthroughs. But I had to make an exception specifically for Dark Souls 4 because it's a Souls game. Did it just respawn these weapons? Benefit to dying? It resets your world? Oh, hello. A little baby Cthulhu. Oh, he's looking at me, that's for sure. I think he wants to attack me. Knowing the truth? Oh. Yeah. I'm just so sure that we can't swim. This is an obvious boundary here. And it's just a steep cliff into an abyss. So I'm pretty sure it's just death. Nope. Yes, confirmed. Hollows can't swim. And also whatever we are can't swim. Limited guarding, attacking with certain affinities. Look at that absolute badass. They've gone kind of wolfish with the I don't know. It reminds me of how in Dark Souls 3 there's a lot of Artorias references in the Abyss Walkers, and that they're represented by this grey wolf. Well, I think they are. Yeah, they should be. So this also has the same kind of vibes, this character as well. I'm gonna grab my souls back and then have a talk with the locals. Oh yeah, we're tarnished. That's what we are. not hollow and dead. Yeah. Ah, clever. How do you get to that island if you can't swim? Huh? Whoa. Okay. Hello. Race checkpoints. Ooh. Found a place. Mm. Mm. There. Seems fine. Seems like as good a place as any to call it a stream. Man, a new Dark Souls game. Yeah, it's one of those things you never thought it would happen. It happened. Hmm. Crazy. Looks to be a real fun experience too. Yeah, can't wait to venture further and see what else the game has in store for us. New Dark Souls game. Unbelievable. Yeah. I was sure at 3 that Miyazaki would call it a series. That he would move on and do other projects and other things. He's tired of working on Souls games. But apparently he still has more Souls to share. And the good news it is. Good news for all the fans. Yeah. I've said it before, he could stop anytime he wants. Every one of them is pretty much a masterpiece that can be replayed so many times. So, yeah, we are absolutely, what do you call that, spoilt with Souls content. Amazing. I wonder if this is gonna be the cherry on the cake, or if there's gonna be future, like proper Dark Souls content. We shall see. So far, very happy with the game. Very good. Well, it's been fun. Might have a few hours time tomorrow morning. Other than that, it's going to be weekly, maybe one stream a week. Maybe a bit more. I don't know. Difficult to say. Technically, I've got time in the evenings, but I'm tired. I might not have the energy to stream.
I haven't looked forward to a game for quite a while like this. It looks good, but I bet it feel way better to play.
Yeah, isn't that always the case? Of course. Yeah, there's a lot of value in this one. Look at those guys running around. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can't judge it. I can't properly review it, the whole thing in its entirety, because I've only just started playing it. I've got a bias in favor of the game because it's new, and yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know the game well enough yet to know its flaws. But so far, I don't see many flaws. It's just fun. And of course, the formula is improved upon and even more polished than usual. The combat feels good. Yeah, I think it's a good one. I think it's good. Anyway, I'm tired. Bedtime. How do you close off this game anyway? Is there a way? Yep. They always want you to quit the main menu in Souls games. They complain at you if you don't, because it's constantly saving. It's doing a lot of, you know, saving to memory, a lot of auto-saving going on at weird moments. I forget pretty much every item you pick up and everything you do auto-saves. So that's one thing to bear in mind if you do get this game. And any Souls game, it's constantly auto-saving. And, well, oh, here it is, the main menu noise. Well, in other Souls games too, if you just close off the game without going to the main menu, you'll get told off for it. You'll probably remember to do it next time. Anyway, it's been fun. You'll definitely see more of me. I'm planning to play through this game to the end. Don't know how much time I have to spend on it.
Great stream. I will likely see more of it from you soon. Good night.
Well, take care, and see you next time.